What's going on, everybody? Welcome to the Iccy Show. This is interview 687 interviews. Get this special guest from Detroit to Boston, 617 a second to get on here. We will start this Iccy Show. If you want to be a guest, I'm booking in until March. So inbox your girl, Jackie Brown with two C's, I.E. Brown. I'll let you know the dates I have available. I do have 2 cancellations in February, so inbox me. I'll let you know those dates, what they are. If it's your birthday, happy birthday. If it's your anniversary, happy anniversary. My condolences to anyone who has lost anyone. This is the first interview back from 2025. So I'm so excited to have this lady back on here. She's a great artist. If you don't know who she is, go check her out and show love to her. And here we go.
Hello.
What's going on, Queen? Welcome back to the Iccy Show. This is Milyssa Rose from Detroit to Boston 617. Welcome back, Queen. How you doing?
Thank you so much. Thank you so much for having me.
You're very welcome. I'm glad to have you back. So what have you been doing in the last year? And Happy New Year to you.
Oh, Happy New Year. Thank you so much. I'm about to release a new album on Friday. I have 2 visuals, one coming out on the 24th and one coming out on the 31st. And I've just been working in the studio, doing features, living the dream. How about you?
Good. That's awesome. Just catching up on these interviews since I was I couldn't do any interviews for a month, so it held me back a little bit. But we're back, and that's what all that counts. Now, are you looking for features for the new project, or it's pretty much wrapped up?
Oh, it's done. It releases on the 24th. But I am open to working on features. So if anyone's interested, definitely hit me up.
Okay. And where will the project be on? All platforms, or?
Yeah, all platforms, everywhere that you can find music, and then of course both my visuals, excuse me, will be out on YouTube, and then you can go to my website emrosemusic.com, and all the links will be on there to where you can find me.
What is your favorite song on your project?
Favorite songs probably gonna have to be "Take Your Last Breath." It's an industrial track. I have a lot of industrial rock on this one, so it's a little bit different than my other music that I've put out. It's a little bit more darker. I guess the aesthetic is darker. It's just a different vibe altogether.
Do you think it's something you were going through that made it change to go a little bit different than what you're used to, or you wanted to try something different to give your audience a different look?
Definitely something I wanted to try. I mean, I did listen to a lot of industrial, kind of like growing up, but I never really, I guess, had the balls to do it. And then one of my engineers, like that's his background, he used to be doing industrial rock, and I was kind of like fate because I came to him and I said I want to do this, and he said, that's what I used, that was my artist, but that's what I used to do. And I was like, well, it's fate, so let's do it.
Awesome. And who was the producer that you used for your project?
On this one, I actually did 2 re-releases. So I have Lost at the Seams that was featuring Wiz with Poppy Hay. I've done a lot of work with him. Daniel Finsley, he did Ollie. I re-released that one as well. So it's more of a rap track. And then all the other ones are bank card beats. Keith did it all. Bad Mind, Keith. I call him Keith. I know it's Bad Mind, but like, I don't know. I'm so terrible. Like I always stick with people's government names. I'm terrible.
It's okay. Definitely. Well, salute to him. Now, did you do those drawings in the back behind?
No. I actually found these on Etsy.
Oh wow, they're beautiful. That's why I was like,
yeah. No, I wish I could paint. I always say I want to paint, like in the movie, like The Notebook, how the girl's like, I don't paint anymore. I think about like maybe I should paint, but I don't ever paint. I need to paint. I need to do something. I need to do something besides working.
Yes, exactly, right? You should try it out though. You never know. You might have that gift once you start, trying it out with a pencil and then you fill it in, that might be a craft of yours. Where do you see yourself in the next year in this industry? Do you see yourself performing more? Do you see yourself coming out with another project?
I see myself doing more features. I'm probably just getting out more. I've really kind of been pretty self-contained and just kind of doing my own thing in the studio and doing features here and there. But I definitely would like to do that, do more features, work with other artists because I enjoy, kind of networking and seeing other, other people's projects come to fruition. So that's always nice, to collaborate with other people.
Yes, yes, definitely. If you could pick three people to do a collaboration with, who would it be? It could be in the industry or not in the industry.
Oh God. Well, number one's gonna have to be Prof because I absolutely love Prof. Two, God, that's a good one because I really don't know. I'd have to put some thought into that. You know what? I like Skylar Gray. Like I know that's like a total like stretch, but
Yes,
I really enjoy her a lot. And I like Black Bear. So maybe if I just like manifest that and put that into the universe, that maybe that'll happen. But
yes.
all three of those I think may or may not be a stretch. But yeah, that
Okay.
would be a dream.
So if anyone can make that happen, make sure you link with her and make it happen. You know, it's life is not promised today. So, this artist, those are her three. And I would love to see her get those features that, is in her, on her plan right there.
Thank you. Yeah.
You're welcome. You're welcome. How many songs do you think you have out there approximately altogether?
Oh God, I think it's close to 50.
Wow.
I think it is close to 50. Something like 40, 50. Yeah. I put out a lot of music.
Okay, okay, that's awesome. Now, do you use the same engineer to do your work or do you change it up?
Well, I used to, D Cox, I think I talked to you before, he had passed away and he was very dear mentor, friend. He used to engineer and produce for me. And now I'm using Keith from Bankard Beats.
Okay.
Oh, Dead Camp is here. You are fine, Dead Camp. You are. Yeah. So we both actually use Keith. We love Keith. Keith is amazing. He's a beast. I can't even describe to you what a blessing he has been to me and other artists. I mean, I really didn't think after Dee passed away that I was even going to continue to do music. And I had linked up through Insane Most Wicked. I had met with him online, and he was telling me all about Keith. And we started working, and then that was that.
Yep, that's your guiding angel shining through to you to tell you not to stop. That's
Yes.
what that was. And that's important. Have you wrote a song about him? I
I
know
did.
he was.
I did. It's called In the Sky. I wrote that. And that was really difficult to write. And, I don't really like to cry or get mushy or whatever because I don't know. I try to keep all my emotions inside, but not my angry ones, just the sad ones. So people don't think I'm, a pussy. But yeah, I wrote a song about him. That was difficult. That
And
was a difficult run.
where can they go check that song out?
It, it is actually the lyric video for it on YouTube, and then it's all over platforms, all over every platform you can think of. It's there.
I remember that song because I lost my brother 2 years ago,
Yes.
and I remember that song actually did make me cry.
Oh,
I know what you're talking about.
I'm
Yes,
sorry.
it definitely did because I could relate to a lot what you were saying in the song.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, that was a tough one, but I think everyone can relate to loss, right? I mean, I hate to say that. I hate that's one thing as people we can agree on is
Yes,
loss. It's grief is terrible.
yes, definitely. Have you thought about becoming a mentor to the children in school and doing performances for them?
Um, I have done some community work for like bullying, domestic violence, but never gotten to schools because I don't know. This is going to sound terrible. Sometimes I don't think I'm a very good role model. I mean, I swear like a sailor. You know, I'm just going to keep it 100 with you. Sometimes, you know what I mean. I think like we're our worst critic, but like sometimes I question like if I'm really a good person. I know that's terrible. I think because I don't know. I just have this idea that you need to be perfect, right? You can't do this, you can't do almost like a politician almost. No,
Yes,
well, not like a politician, but you know what I mean? Like you've got to have a certain way about yourself, and my social media is a bit foul.
yes. I think I think you would be good at it because you're straightforward and that's what these kids and the generation needs. A lot of these teachers are sugarcoating and they're not going straight forward. This generation, you need to be straightforward and tell them what's right from wrong, and that's it. And if you cuss, they cuss. I'm telling you, this generation is out of control with the cussing. So I think you would be a great a mentor and a role model for this generation. For the middle school, you've been through a lot, so they can see who you are now and what was your past, but you're trying to make it a better and where you become. You thought you were going to stop music almost a year ago. So here you are, and you're still going. You're the engine that doesn't stop. And that's what these younger generation needs. We need a lot more people to get interacted with these kids, to be a mentor, a role model. Like my son's kids, my son's friends, when they come over, I'm always like, no, you can't do that. You can't do that. But you got to, because they think they can do anything they want, and it's not supposed to be like that.
Yeah.
So I personally think they could relate to you a lot.
Well, I appreciate that. I think sometimes I live in my own head. I think a lot of people do, where I don't know, I just get caught up with, obviously music is not like my bread and butter, right? So I run a business on the side. I mean, I do human resources, so I am kind of like the mom, right? So I do, but I really do absorb a lot of, things and feelings, and always try to be that person that people can come to.
Yeah.
So no, I appreciate that. No, I mean, I should. I mean, I should do that, because you're right. This generation is a shit show.
Yeah, it is. It is.
Even 100 with you.
It is, and it's crazy because I'll be 47 in a couple of months, and it's like what I've grown up and seen the different changes through the stages, and what they are now. I'm like, you just said "f you" to that older lady. How dare you? Like, that's not respect. And it's like this generation doesn't know about that, and it's like, I understand parents are working 2-3 jobs, to provide. I respect it 1,000%, but also, back in the day, if you're doing something wrong, your neighbor's going to say something to you and be like, hey, you're not supposed to be doing that. And I feel like this generation, we need to go back to it, but a lot of people are scared of doing that because they don't want anything to happen to themselves.
Yeah. I think also with discipline too, I feel like a lot of people are like children having children. You know what I mean? People are very young and they don't even know who they are, and then they have kids, and then those kids end up being a big old freaking shit show. And it's unfortunate. I mean, I'm sure like you and I are from the same generation. My mom used to beat me to the inch of my life. You know what I mean? Like, and I look back at it when I was a kid, I was like, oh my God, you're so mean. No, I'm glad my parents beat the shit out of me, because
Yes.
I think if they didn't, I would be a whole other ball game.
Yes,
Yeah.
I totally agree. And I feel like, to me, this is me personally. I feel like, a smack on the behind is okay, but, like, that's where it is. A few years ago, if you hit your kid, it's child abuse. You're going to jail. You're not getting your kids. So a lot of parents are scared, but also that was the foundation of the rock to stop us when we're doing something wrong when we were growing up. So we got our ass whipped, and these kids need it. I'm sorry to say, but a lot of them are just out of control. And I go to the church and I do community service, and I'm hitting the teenagers because I can relate to them, but I'm honest to them. Telling them right from wrong, and they think they can have sex at 12 years old, and I'm like, no, that's not okay. At 12 years old, you shouldn't even be thinking about that. And it's the parents. The parents aren't on them like that.
Yeah.
So they rarely, I don't judge no one's parenting, but I feel like, the energy you give, I really feel like you can make an impact on a lot of children. Even if it's 5 children to 20 children, at least you made an impact on 5. And that's what we need. We need to get a lot more people involved to make this change.
Yeah, no, I agree. And I appreciate that, and I'm glad to hear that you are, because I think you're awesome. Like, you've always been very positive. You're always very active, and I think that's awesome. So I thank you for doing your part for this world that sometimes looks like it's just
Shit show.
it's a shit show. I mean, it is. I mean, I hate to say it, but it is. It is.
Yes. I love that you talked there. Did you make it, or got
No,
someone
I
made
bought
it?
it. I actually bought it from Doll's Kill. So
Wow.
yeah.
I thought it was like someone airbrushed it for you, but it
Oh
came
no,
out fine.
yeah, it does. It does look that way. But yeah, thank you.
You're welcome. So what is in store for Milyssa Rose? Is there a clothing line coming out, or is there a makeup line coming out of yours?
Really, I just more music. Honestly, that's really where my passion lies. I really just love music, and probably just getting out and performing more. Doing more charity events as well. The last couple of years, I've not really done that much. I've just kind of been more like in the studio, and I think a lot of that has to do with. I mean, when I lost Dee, that was a really a great loss for me,
Yeah.
and I kind of picking it back up, if you will. I mean, and then of course I run a business with my husband, so that really does take a lot, you know, a lot of my time as well. But you know, music's like my therapy. But yeah, I hope that this year I'll be more out more. I'll be outside more, if you will.
Okay, okay. Do you want to bring up the business that you run with your husband? Do you want
Yeah,
to
we have
give
an
us
electrical. Yeah, we have an electrical contracting business. We've been running that for a while, and it has been a blessing. But you know, running your business has its, you know, its highs, its lows, and you know, it's been an interesting time. The workforce is an interesting place now.
Oh yes, definitely. But it's good that
Hiring,
you have a business, your own business.
yeah, hiring is a good time. I have
Yes.
so many stories about hiring that you would not believe the things that I hear.
Oh, I bet. Definitely.
Yeah,
Especially being an electrician.
yeah,
That's a serious job.
yeah.
Um, could you give that information if someone is looking for an electrician? Could
Oh
they?
yeah, so we're all over the metro area, and so we're based out of Marietta, but we service all over Metro Atlanta. So it's Lightning Bug Electric.
Okay, okay. So if anyone that's looking for an electrician, make sure you contact her. You know, and get it going. At least you can trust that electrician behind there.
Yeah, yeah.
If you could do a tour, where would you go? 3 states and 3 countries.
3 states. I love New Orleans, Chicago, and probably North Carolina. Like, so I would say Chicago, Illinois, Asheville, North Carolina, and then, you know, New Orleans, Louisiana. Because I mean, because they're always partying there, right? It seems like
Yes,
everyone's having a good time at all points. It's always a
yes,
celebration.
yes, yes, yes. And what about the 3 countries?
3 countries. I'd probably say the Philippines. I've never been there, but that's where my mother's from. Let's see where else I would choose. I've never been to Costa Rica, so that would be it because I want to be like where the wildlife is, and I don't know where maybe somewhere in Europe. I don't know, maybe Spain. My husband was stationed there when he was in the Navy, and he always talks about it. So maybe Spain because he would love to go there.
Yes, that's awesome. Definitely. Those are three. Philippines, they actually show a lot of support to the Iccy Show. So if you guys are tuning in, much love, and let's make that happen for Milyssa Rose. Have her come to your country and perform, and I know she'll rock the stage for you.
Thank you.
You're welcome. You're welcome. Do you have a manager?
I do not have a manager. I do everything pretty much on my own. I do have a PR person, Andy Kettle from Steaming Kettle PR. So I did hire him on, which has been great. But I don't have a manager. I mean, sometimes I wish that I did, but I have severe trust issues.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not even gonna lie to you. Being
I,
a female in this business, as you know,
yes.
it's so dicey because it's like what is it that you want from me?
Right. Right.
And what is it that you're going to do for me that I can't do for myself?
Right.
It's where I'm at right now. Like I had a manager before and it was great, but then I kind of like went back and forth on whether or not I wanted to do music, and then now I'm back in it again, you know, more full throttle. But I kind of, if the right person comes along, yeah, I'd probably entertain it.
Okay, okay. Well, I know a couple managers, so if you're tuning in, make sure you link with her, and even if it's a 6 month contract, see what they could, provide for you as an artist, and they're them being your manager, maybe they could put a little tour together, maybe uh if 6 months you do 6 performances, something like that, just to give them a shot to see what they can do for you,
Mm-hmm.
make an improvement. I think a manager would be good for you. I think that's where you would get your performances. I think that's where you would get your good features in the industry with, and also to do a little tour for you, what you deserve to be out there.
No, yeah, thank you. No, I mean, I definitely am open to it, of course. You know, it is tiring, as you know, when you kind of do everything by yourself, right? Because I'm kind of
Yes,
like coming up with everything, and I do have people that I work with, but it's like a balancing act, right? Of trying to wear so many hats, and then sometimes it's exhausting because it's like, oh my god, I've done all this, I need to do this, and then you know how that goes.
yes, yes, definitely. I also would like to see you come out with your own makeup line. You're
Oh,
always doing your makeup so perfect, and
that's very sweet. Thank you.
you're welcome. You never know. Milyssa Rose, it sounds so perfect going on that, or a perfume line.
Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah, that is true. That is true.
Hey, we're manifesting into the future, to the universe.
Yeah, exactly, exactly.
What is the best advice you've been given so far on your career?
Register your music.
Yes.
Yeah, people don't do that. Black Widow did it. She was in my PR in the past, and she was very adamant. I had always done it, but then she also helped me tweak on what I needed to do for that. And yeah, registering your music and copyright, I think, are really important.
Yes, that is important, definitely.
Yeah.
If you could turn around and give a shout out to someone, who would it be? And this is your time to give them love.
Who would it be? I mean, I'm gonna have to say. I mean, off the top of my, I mean, can I say more than one? I have to pick one.
Yes, just one.
Just one. I'm gonna have to say Akeem, DJ Blackstar. I've worked with him for years. God, I've known him for like 10 plus years. I do shows with him. He does radio shows here and there. He does a lot of community work. He's kind of stuck by me through this whole journey. He's always been a good friend and a mentor to me. Very, very supportive of female artists. He has a whole show set to 7 Energy, and it's all females, all female roster. And it's just nice to be in a setting where you feel one, safe, and that you understand that people are supporting one another. And it's difficult out there to, get a bunch of people together, specifically females, that are clapping for you, right? Because we all know not all females are very nice to one another.
Right, right.
Yeah, I feel like if females could honestly take over the world if they would just stop being catty.
Yes.
I mean, not all, but it is because we're in entertainment. I feel like people look at everyone as competition, and it's not.
Yes.
It's not really that the case, because I think everybody has a different unique genius, and they all have different things to bring to the table. And I feel like we need to. A lot of people have a lot of ego, but Akeem has always been really awesome. So I'm gonna have to shout out Akeem for sure.
Okay, okay. Salute to you, definitely. Much love and respect from the Iccy Show. And I understand what you say. It should be a passion. It shouldn't be be competitive against each other. And especially with women, it's hard to be in this industry as is. Not why not work together and come up together? That's what I see a lot. A lot of females don't want to work with this one, doesn't want to work with this one. It's like, just get along. Like, come on, just work together. If she's putting all the work in, you got to put all that work in, And a lot of people don't do that. And I can understand what you're saying about that.
Yeah, and it's true. And we all know that, like, the music industry is a boys' club. I mean, it is. It's a boys' club. I mean, let's just call it like it is. So, and it's difficult. It'd be nice to have other females, to network with and talk to and kind of just brainstorm with, but it doesn't really work that way. I don't know. There's just a lot of ego in music too, though. I've noticed. A lot of artists, they think their shit doesn't stink, and we're here. We're here in the same place together, and I don't understand that whole. I can't. That's just very foreign to me to just be an asshole, I guess, for no reason.
Yeah. Well, that's how it is, unfortunately, and we have to go extra harder because it's a male. They try to say it's a male industry, but it's not. It's supposed to be 50-50, but us women are coming out a little bit more, and I'm liking to see all these women coming together and trying to work together. But a lot of them they don't push themselves as they should as an artist. They rather push a guy before they push themselves, which I don't understand that at all.
Yeah, I don't understand that either. I mean, I just want to work with people no matter who they are, as long as they have a good work ethic, right? Because I think I work hard. I think when I say I'm going to do something, I do it, and I put 100% in, and that's what I've noticed a lot is, like, I say I'm going to do something, and then people just kind of drop the ball, and I get irritated. So
definitely. So let's talk about the project that is coming out this Friday on all platforms. How many songs are on there?
I think it's 7 because there's 2. One of them's a radio friend, so it's basically the same song. One's radio friendly, one's not. 2 are re-releases, and then the other ones are brand new. There's about a few industrial tracks produced by Bankard Beats, mixed and engineered by him as well. And then I have Ollie, which is produced by Daniel Finsley, and also Lost at the Seams featuring C-Wiz, that was produced by Poppy Hay. So it goes across the board, like pop rock to like industrial rock. Nice. So it's a little different than what I normally do, because most of what I do is very pop.
Very nice, very nice. How do you think the industry has changed in this different era, from when it used to be 90s, from 80s to 90s and the 2000s to where we're at now. How do you feel how it
Oh, this is a good one. You know what? I think it's okay. I think social media is a blessing and a curse for sure, because now we are able to connect with people and meet people all across the world, and in different states, and able to network and kind of meet. But then it's also a very rinse, wash, and repeat society where everybody kind of jumps on the bandwagon of what everybody else does. Nobody wants to do anything original or anything. Not let me just say not original, anything different than what's kind of forced fed, right? I think everything's very manufactured now, right? Everything's manufactured, whether it be a picture, whether it be music. I mean, like, you don't even really need to know how to sing anymore, right? Because they throw auto tune on that bitch, and then all of a sudden, here we are. And that's my issue. Is like I feel like a lot of things are not authentic anymore,
Yes.
and that's my problem. That's my biggest beef is I kind of like scroll through and everyone's kind of doing the same thing, and everyone's kind of afraid to be themselves, be authentic, and take chances. And I think that's very important. And I was actually just on like another interview earlier, and they were like, "You go across the board," and I said, "Yeah, because I like different kinds of music. I like different kinds of genres. They've all kind of inspired me on my journey, and I can't really pick a lane because I like everything." And they're like, well, some people are like, well, you can't do that because you got to do this. No, I don't. I don't have to do that. Why do I have to do that? I work for myself. I call my own shots. So who the hell's going to tell me I can't do that? You know what I mean? Like, I don't, or that I need to dress this way or I need to act this way. And it's like, whatever. That's untrue. I feel like people just need to be themselves. You'll
Right. I told
sleep better at night, right? You sleep better at night if you're yourself, right? I mean, I think
yes,
so.
yes, definitely. Auto tunes, I feel like the artist is just um faking it, using someone else's voice to stretch it out when they're not trying the hardest. Like you say, you got to be you. And I feel a lot of artists use that. And I feel like that they could turn around and be better if they had someone to direct them in the studio, which way to go. Instead of using the auto tunes all the time, when an artist is using auto tunes all the time, I feel like, they're trying to be an artist, or they're not taking it serious, or they're just, they really can't sing. So you might need singing lessons, but it's okay. Don't give up. Never give up on something you're trying to do with your gift. We all have gifts. If it's being an artist, a manager, promoter, producer, and I totally agree. You got to be yourself. I could see you doing a feature with Madonna. That's what I personally could see you doing.
Yeah, I love Madonna. Yeah, and no, it's true. About I wanted to piggyback what you said about singing lessons. So I've always taken singing lessons, ever since I was younger till now. And I sing live. I don't sing on top of my tracks. You know what I mean? Like, I go to places and everyone's singing on top of their tracks. I'd rather sound like shit and be off key than not sing live.
Right,
You know what I
right,
mean?
right.
Like, and
Talk
that's
that
just
shit.
my,
That's real
yeah, I
stuff.
mean, really. Yeah, I mean, it's true. Like, because when I perform, I really put a lot of heart and soul in it. And if you have to, if you move around a lot, I mean, just exercise. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, get your stamina up. That's a big thing too. It's like I always make sure, like, I used to go to this vocal coach and he used to make me run and sing.
Yes.
Run
You
and
sound.
sing, jumping jack.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's what I tell my artists when I had the record label. I used to tell them, I'm like, you got to run around, have the mic so your hands not tired. You got to do everything as if you were in front of your audience right there. And
Yeah.
whoever taught you that, you were in good hands. They taught you real stuff right there.
Yeah, because I mean that's the way it needs to be. Because if you do a 2 hour set and you're not in the shape that you need to be, then I mean look at people like Beyonce, who I mean those stage shows. Pink, I mean Pink hangs from the ceilings.
Right.
Fly. I mean, so
Right.
it's possible.
Yeah, definitely. How do you feel about the DJs using, the two little knobs and it's about like this big, supposed to have in the turntables when you're performing?
Oh God, you know what? Everything's so easy now, right? I feel
Yes,
like it's easy to get lazy now. But
yes. I'm
yeah,
old school. I
yeah.
love the turntables, and I'm like, why are the DJs doing that? Give them your craft. That's what you're
Mhm.
supposed to do. show them, like, give them a good show because you want them to book you again as a DJ. How do you feel as an artist when you're performing and you see them come with the little, it's about this big with the two little knobs and
Yeah. I know what you mean. I feel like there's a lot that's like a lost art, right? I feel like there's so much that is lost now because technology has kind of taken over. And
yes,
it's easy to get lazy. Like, I mean, it is. I mean, it is easy to get lazy. So I see why people do it. I mean, they shouldn't, but they do it.
right. I totally agree.
But if someone's going to pay them to do that, then you know what? My all power to them then, right? Because if
Right.
someone's cutting a check and you're doing that, then I can't knock your hustle at that point.
Right, right. I'm not knocking the hustle. I feel like, DJs, when I go to a baby shower and I'm used to the DJs coming with a briefcase, setting up, and they have the two turntables. That gives me like, all right, I'm at a show. Like it's gonna be
Yeah,
good. You feel the vibe and you feel the energy. And then when you see the DJ come out, pull that little, it's like this big,
yeah,
put it in. I'm like, what? Are you serious? Come
yeah.
on, where's your craft? Like, I want to see it. I want to feel it. That's what music's supposed to hit your soul.
Yeah. No, you're right. I mean, I think everything is like when you hire a DJ or if you hire an artist, you're there for a show. You got to
Yeah.
give people a show. You don't want to just say, well, I can sit at home and I can listen to this on, I can stream it or whatever. And it's, you want to see the human element. And I think we've kind of lost that.
Yes, I totally agree. Let them know where they can find you, your social medias, any shout outs you want to give to everyone. And if you want to rap or spit something, this is your time to do so. I always
Okay.
tell.
All right. Well, I just want to give a shout out. I mean, obviously to you. Thank you so much for supporting me all these years and having me back. So, and then everyone that's watching, everyone that's chatted, I appreciate that very much as well. Because the fact that someone has any interest in me at all is absolutely mind blowing. So, thank y'all so much. I got to give a shout out to Akeem, aka DJ Blackstar, C-Wiz for being on the project with me, Daniel Finsley Creative for doing production, graphics, just being a solid person altogether and being in my corner. Shout out to Bad Mind or Keith. I'm so bad. Oh, there, I did it again. For his production and his patience and mixing and mastering and engineering, and then helping me like figure out how to record myself. And Stain Most Wicked for introducing me to Keith. I mean, so many people. Florilla, I actually have a feature I'm working on with him. Just Jay Poet, I think he's watching right now, Dead Camp. I mean, I have so many people, 44 Cal Entertainment. I mean, there's so many people, Dead Camp and his crew. I really have a lot of people in my corner, so I feel very blessed, even though sometimes I forget about that. But I do have a lot of people that do support me and keep me going. So I got to shout out that. Of course, my husband, Tony Blanca, as well. And, all my friends and family that root for me. Even if
Yes,
it's 5 people that like my picture, at least I know it's 5, right?
yes, definitely. Salute to you. Salute to your husband. Having a strong team to back you up is very important, especially when it's your husband or vice versa, your wife. And when you have that solid team, that's important, especially in this industry. It can either break you or keep you going, climbing up where you need to go, and that's important. So salute to your husband from the Iccy Show, being a supporter to you. That's important.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, and then also forgot to mention, I'm so sorry, Andy Kettle doing my PR from Steaming Kettle PR, and then C Wiz, he was on the project with me. I've worked with him throughout the years, so yeah, a lot of good people. But yeah, I'm really supportive of everybody that rocks with me and appreciates and understands what I'm doing. So thank you all so much.
You're welcome. I've been following you for 6 years. It will be 7 in June. So
Yes.
keep on going, Queen. Don't let nobody stop you, and don't let nobody stop your hustle. And I would like to see next year when I have you back on here, I would like to hear that you went on a tour. I would like to hear that you have a manager. I would like to hear that you've been performing everywhere, and I would like to hear that you're coming to Boston. That's what I would like to manifest.
Okay, awesome. That sounds like a plan. Thank you.
You're welcome. You're welcome. And let them know all your social medias and your website.
Okay, so you can find me at emrosemusic.com. All of my links are on there, so I'm everywhere. iTunes, Apple, Amazon, YouTube, you name it, I'm there. X, Twitter, whatever the hell it's called. I deleted my TikTok, even though TikTok's back. Now I can't download it back. So
That's crazy, right? How
I
it went.
screwed myself. I screwed myself out of the TikTok. But yeah,
It's okay.
it'll be back. I
I think
mean,
it's actually, if they were talking about today on the news, they said if they don't get a buyer, then they're gonna turn around and end it. It's gonna be ended in a couple weeks. So I think this is just a temporary put up and then back down for good.
yeah, I keep thinking that Elon's gonna buy it.
I thought Trump was gonna buy it.
Yeah, I mean, like, so yeah, really, exactly. Somebody's gonna buy it. I think at the last minute, somebody's gonna buy it,
Right, right.
and they'll be the hero for. But I mean, TikTok's a great thing. I mean, it's fun to scroll, and then people actually make a living off there. So I feel bad for people that there are influencers on there that make a living, and that's a shame that they took it down.
Yes, I totally agree, 100%. I watch a couples. I like to see family ones on there, that are on the TikTok, the ones that are having babies, the ones that are a husband and wife with their kids already there, or just a husband and wife. I follow those type of TikToks, because it's interesting to see them, from a regular family to someone in the Hollywood, just to see the difference in how they interact. Are they just doing it for the show? Are they just doing it for the cameras? But there's one couple, it's they go by the husband and wife. It's DZ, and they have two girls, and it's a husband and wife. But a lot of people critic her, and I would sit there, protecting her name on there because they would say she's too chubby or this and that, and I'm like, you have anything else to say? Say something positive. Don't say something negative to the lady. She's thin as anything. Like, people are just crazy out there. I'm
Yeah.
chubby now. I'm proud to be chubby.
No, you are beautiful, and I think beauty comes in all shapes and sizes. I don't say that to be corny because you don't have to be. I mean, God, now everyone's on Ozempic, right? And they all look like they need to eat something, and
Yes.
they look terrible. But I mean, it's like everybody's not made to be 90 pounds, right? And
Right.
that's not the beauty standard. And then we've got this whole thing where you're tiny, but then you got big boobs and a big butt, and your waist is small. But like, let's be honest with one another. No girl that's genetically born 5'2" will be built like that.
Right.
Little
Right.
questionable, right? Because
Yes.
some people are very man, and they go overboard with the plastic surgery and the
Yes.
Botox, the fillers, and it's just too much. And it's like the beauty standards are just not. They're not even attainable. I
Right.
mean,
Right.
it's insane to me. But and then the kids are seeing this, right? The younger generation is seeing this. But it's always women though. Women like cannot age, right? Like women cannot. Like it's funny to watch J Lo and like she's like in a tip top shape, and then people will see pictures of her and they're like, well look at her, she's aging, and I'm like, beautiful woman. She's
Yes.
57 years old. It's
Yes.
amazing. We're all gonna age. We can't
Yes.
stop that. I was thinking the other day, like it's a blessing to get old, and I think people don't realize that.
Yes.
Really think about it. It is.
Right. Right. And I'm proud to be becoming 47. And everyone's like, "You really are?" And I'm like, "Yeah. Why not?" I'm like, if you look at some 20-year-olds, you're like, "Dang, you've been through a lot." I've been through a lot, but I maintain it, and it's like I'm not hating or disrespecting it. Just I'm a grandmother now. Like, I have kids. It's part of growing up, like you say, aging, and it's a beautiful thing. God
You're
has.
beautiful. I mean, you're beautiful. You're amazing. If you told me you're 47, I wouldn't believe you. And you have a great spirit, and really that shines through. And that's all. You're always going to be beautiful inside and out, no matter what, because of that reason alone. And I think people, for the most part, they have very ugly spirits. And
Yes.
sometimes they can't hide that.
Yes,
Yeah.
I really feel that too, especially when you come around, and I'm vibrant. So I appreciate all those positive um, words you just said to me, and you're beautiful too. You're
Oh, thank
amazing,
you.
beautiful. Your
Thank you.
voice, I love your music. Like I said, I was following you for years, and then to have you finally, this is your second time on the Iccy Show. Like, I feel like it's a blessing because I'm like, wow, I've been listening to her music all this time, and now she's on the Iccy Show. I feel grateful and humbled to have you on here.
Oh, well, thank you so much. Yeah, no, I appreciate it. I really enjoy talking to you, and I like what you're doing. I like how you're supporting the independent artists. That's
Thank you.
amazing. Because I think we need more independent artists out there because some indie artists are better than what's half of what's on the radio now. Let's
Yes.
keep it 100.
Yes. And it's crazy what's on the radio. It's like you'll hear it in like 5 minutes. You hear like every 3 songs, you'll hear it again. I'm like, are you serious? Let's get somebody else on here.
Mhm.
And I went to New York the other day. I mean Connecticut, and Connecticut had like New York's radio. You know, they play everything. You're not gonna hear a song until probably like 6 hours later of a duplicate, which I love that because I want to vibe to the music.
Mhm. Yeah. The machine is working. The machine is
Yes,
working hard. They are.
yes,
They are working hard to, you know, shove down crap down our throat in
yes,
more
it's
ways
so true.
than one, you know?
Yes, yes.
Really.
I feel like, you know, 80s making, I always say 80s is the baby making music. And, you know, you could go to a baby shower, wedding, you always will